Hello everyone, and welcome back to Dungeon Delvers, the channel of geeky people who delve deeper into the realms of Dungeons and Dragons! I am your host, Fraser, and I believe that Luke is once again frozen. So we're just going to wait for him to unfreeze. I'm
just holding really still. It's just, okay. Becoming invisible.
That's good. That's good. That's good. That's good. Not good for the stream. Let's go again. Hello everyone. Welcome back to Dungeon Delvers. Oh my god. Jesus. Right. Hello everyone, and welcome back to Dungeon Delvers, the channel of geeky people who delve deeper into the realms of Dungeons and Dragons. We're joined here tonight by the cast of the Rime of the Frost Maiden campaign. Not frozen this time, because behind the scenes you see that Luke does this a lot.
There we go. Oh, I'm frozen again.
Oh, for God's sake!
It's fine, just keep going, you won't freeze soon.
We will get there eventually. Anyway, everyone say hello. I mean, you can still hear him.
Hello.
Hello.
Hello. Fantastic.
How are we doing?
Oh, there
Hello.
you go. He's back again. So yes, I'm Fraser, the DM for the Rime of the Frost Maiden campaign. Thank you everyone for likes, comments, and subscribe. Do keep doing things. If you don't, then why not? If you do, then happy days. So we are continuing the campaign. This is episode, I have no idea at this point, over 200 hours worth of content. There's a lot to catch up on, I believe. So if you wanted to catch up, you absolutely can. Just make sure it's a it's pretty long session.
It's a lot of hours.
A few hours. I think on average our sessions are about 3 hours long. So if you've got some time, you've just started university, you've just had you do census, and you're wanting to listen to some really weird people play D&D, give us a go, because that's what you do in uni.
Beats to chill and study too.
Chill and study, yeah. Stay at school, children. So, I don't think there's any announcements for tonight, really, except for the fact that, unfortunately, again, we do not have Creek with us once more. She is coming back, eventually, hopefully, but real life gets in the way sometimes, and so does the character live on within our story. But we shall see. But I will get into tonight's recap, and then we shall jump back into the action. So,
Fraser's on Foghorn, that's great.
last time, after the New Dawn had abolished the Orc Assault on the Northlook Inn to Scramshax's despair. Try and say that quick. They decided it would be the best to leave the investigations to the professionals, such as Sheriff Markham and his newfound, work companion, Hlyn Troy. In the band of militia who were gathering evidence to see what happened. Some of you went shopping in aid to stack up on supplies, gathered and identified some markings left by thieves, also known as thieves' markings. Some of you decided to get jobs working at Black Iron Blades with Elza and Garn for a summer job in aid to get some funds for some new smelted metal ore. And possibly new weapons. And some of you decided to go and storm the Northlook, ziplining in, Mission Impossible style, from the roof, to check on Markham's investigation, where Sieya would find himself stuck, and with no way out, and slightly embarrassing, smashing straight through a window. Either way, that wasn't Sentry's doing. It was own doing. After a busy day shopping for goods, finding a small, crooked house, or free house, met by Lena, the owner of Patrix's Cuddly Abodes. That is definitely not made up by me. Where most of you settle down for bed, or thinking about settling down. Finally, Oaklynn would run off by herself to try and communicate with her entity. With some luck, managed to get some sort of possession over her power, gaining a small step closer to understanding its power. I think it's Jackal and Oaklynn having a conversation outside of this abode.
Yeah, boy.
Currently talking about what is up next and what the next steps are, and that is where we left off, I believe. Just a quick summary. So, the New Dawn. What are you up to? where are you?
I believe I was inside.
I believe so. So
the
say it.
quote-unquote cuddly abode.
I believe, say you are in the
I was sleeping.
you've made yourself in a bed. Or got
Yes.
yourself in bed.
Yeah, I was thinking about what had happened last time. I had tuned, and what have you done?
What have I done?
So as
Hello.
Oaklynn has fell on the floor. Jackals, Athena, what are you guys up to? Besides helping Oaklynn up from the floor.
In chocolate.
Yeah.
Yeah, we were last outside with Oaklynn, weren't we?
Yes, you
Yeah.
are with Oaklynn.
Chilling on the
Okay.
floor.
Whilst Oaklynn's going to chill on the floor, I'm going to keep an eye out for anyone who looks like they'd belong to the Thieves Guild. So, okay, I'm looking for people who are quite cloaked, mysterious figures, more or so the less wealthy people in life. Yeah, sort of those kind of characteristics. I'm going to look out for people that match that kind of description.
Okay, you absolutely can. Make a quick perception check for me.
Mm-hmm.
While we're doing that, Sentry, where do we leave you?
Right. Oh shit.
I am. I'm either. They were packing up last, so I'll be heading back to their forge then.
You're
with
basically
all the-
waiting for them to finish up off the day, I believe.
Yeah.
Which is
Yeah.
actually coming around. Oaklynn, what you do realise it is becoming towards the end of, well, the morning, of which you normally see the glimmer and green speckle of light that is emitted by the Frost Maiden herself. That does, eventually, while you're having this conversation, and shimmer over like a foil tin plate over the top of the Aurora Borealis, the atmosphere. And darkness hits once again, very slowly but surely. Everything
Aurora
goes back
Borealis.
into candlelight, whatever sources of light there are. People then start bringing that out. I would say at this point, Garn and his sister, I'm trying to find names now because, trying to think, Elsa. Garn and Elsa turn around to you, Sentry. Especially Elsa, and kind of looks towards you and the work you've done. Just make a general performance check for me.
Can I make a Smith's Tools check?
You absolutely can, actually. Why not?
Yes.
21.
Just read your rolls out. You're frozen again, buddy, just so you're aware.
21. I'm gonna keep
21.
plonk.
Fantastic. With the 21, Elsa comes and looks towards you and goes, "You made fine work of that, didn't you? I didn't know you had it in you. Garrett, come look over here." And Garn kind of trundles over with his gloves, getting them off, wiping the sweat off his brow, black of face, soot everywhere from a hard day's graft. He kind of looks over and inspects the blade with one arm and one hand, kind of pokes it in to see the sharpness. And at one point he does slit his finger with the sharpness of this, as you've been cleaning the ends off with your finger, I'm guessing, with your person, and making them extra sharp. He goes, "That, Jesus Christ! Oh, that hurt."
I'll then go and again pull out from the other side just some leaves and herbs to just pop over the end of his finger.
Yeah,
I need a small amount from it, yeah.
Absolutely. So you do that, and he offers it and takes it and goes, "Oh," and as you're touching it, he kind of winces away a little bit, goes, and he goes, "Well, I guess you did a good job. That'll do today. Let's pack up."
Do you need any help with any of the heavy items from the stand at all, or?
No, we got it covered. We do this every day. We pack the cart up, jot it up to the shop, unload there. But I mean, you can help us put some of your handiwork in the cart if you like, and take some of the stands down.
Yeah, I'll pick up the heavy items, save your backs, and again, thank you for allowing obviously me usage of your forge afterwards. That's appreciated. If I can use your excellence as well for creation process, at least to be able to help me through with it, then I feel as though chances of succeeding in what I'm going to be creating will be far higher. But here, let me grab that, and I'll just start moving some of the heavy items around.
Yeah. Elsa naturally comes and helps you, but you clearly don't need it. So she comes along and tries to grab some of the bits as you're moving along, and she kind of like grabs it and goes, "You've got that. That's fine. I'll go." And she kind of like walks over another bit, and you see them both kind of helping you out, but packing them away themselves. They start the turn down process. If you were making it just that iron skeleton that you see normally within this marketplace, yeah, you can absolutely start that. It's going to take a few minutes. We'll GTA zoom back over to Jackal and Oaklynn at this point.
Yeah.
In which you guys, I believe, are planning. And Jackal, you made a perception check. You got a 21, I believe. Is that right?
A 20.
A 20, sorry. Okay, it's a 20. With a 20, you keep a keen eye. You are definitely, looking around and looking at every individual that's kind of coming across you. Nothing as yet. Nothing that looks Thief Guildish, if that makes sense.
Nice. Okay, yeah. Jack will keep watching. He'll just chill there. If he sees nothing, he sees nothing. But as the time passes,
you do stand there for a good minute or so, looking around. You get kind of a glimpse of one person that has almost their hood up in a downward position, so they're trying to almost like keep away from you. But at the same time, you kind of like look under, you try and get under there, and you just see it's just them sheltering from the snow incoming. Almost like over the top kind of perception, looking really closely, but not getting much.
fair enough.
Okay. But good roll, and we'll keep that in mind. Oaklynn.
Sure.
How you doing?
Yeah. No, she's just chilling. Yeah, she's just calming down in a way.
Brilliant. So you guys are currently stood outside of the...
I'm sat down, like, my back leant against, like, I assume, like, the doors in the middle, and she's, like, on one of the sides.
Okay, so you're
in
just
the
look
snow.
there, yeah, you see people just passing, crunching snow along the floor. You see just general trade from the market coming up now as the day or the morning has passed. Yeah, are you doing anything?
Nope, that's it. Just chilling.
Okay.
Keeping an eye out.
objective
I'll
is
feel
to
it for
avoid
anything
sentry.
suspicious.
Say that again. Jackal?
Sorry, mine and Oaklynn objective. The reason why we're outside is just to wait for sentries, and he knows where
That's fine.
we've gone.
Yeah, so we'll GTA zoom back over to Sentry. I would say it takes you 5 or 6 minutes-ish, maybe, to pack down with your help. And you put everything into a cart, no problem whatsoever, which is a similar cart to what they use every single day. They're familiar with this, and you can see the process is easy for them. And what happens is you basically go and put the last load on you. They throw the last bits of wooden slats up, and it goes into the back of the car. And you kind of see Garn kind of looking and going, wipe sweat again from his brow, and goes, right, are we doing anything today? Is that what you want to do, or do you want to do it later? As we can just check the stockpiles and do some work inside before we can start the forge.
The forge, at least, I'll be able to begin the starting elements of it. The main difficult part, if I'm able to, can I enlist your aid for that hard portion? Everything else I should be able to do prior, so you can go about the rest of your work. So it'll only be when I'm in particular need that I can call for either one of you, at least, if that's okay.
He kind of looks at you and kind of gives you a hearty nod and goes, aye, well, you've deserved it. I suppose this is what we owe you. Let's get going. Let's make our way back. It's getting cold.
Wicked. And I'll like probably is it a moving cart or?
Yes, it's a small wooden cart with like bits of pull-out shelving units and contraptions for different like sword items. You see like one for the wheel that attaches onto the back with a wooden hook. You see this is kind of modified for the journey up and down. It's quite good. Yeah, it looks very intricately made.
Nice, cool. Yeah, I'll pick up one end of it then, and start following them back with them on the way.
Absolutely, you can start making your way. And in no time at all, Jackal, with that perception check, it takes you about 15 minutes-ish. You're standing outside, waiting there, you're kind of working your way around and looking at Athena. Athena's kind of looking at you, kind of gives you a bit of a side growl, like wondering what we're... Almost you get the feeling of, like, impatience, as it were. Are you doing anything?
Yeah. So he's currently inside, isn't he?
He is. You saw him walk in about 20 minutes ago.
I'm sleeping, boy.
Long out. Yeah.
I'm going to turn to Oaklynn and say, "Hey, Oaklynn, what time is it? Athena appears to be getting a little bit restless."
Remind me, Fraser?
It is getting towards 12:30, roughly midday, just after.
Well, she's probably hungry because, it's lunchtime. Why don't you go and get a bite to eat or something?
Are you sure you were right to wait out here with her? I can leave her here whilst I just run inside, see if the people that run the place might have any meats or jerkies lying around.
Yes, of course.
Appreciate it. Would you like anything at all? Drink, food?
No, thank you.
Alright. I won't be long. Athena, you behave now. Okay. Just give me 5 minutes and I'll...
Gives you a...
You'll have something to eat soon. You just have to bear with me. And I'll go like ruffle the top of her head, giving her like a reassuring nice scratch, and then I will go inside with the intent to find the barkeep for some food.
Absolutely, you can do that. While that's happening, Sentry, you're making your way up. Make a perception check. Very quickly.
24.
Wow. 24. So, with a 24, you see everything. As you're walking up, you seem to notice out the side of your eye a middle-height humanoid. Human man, elf man. Some sort of person in front of you. They are carrying what seems to be a load of cargo, almost like a catch of the day. But you very clearly see the tail end of a knucklehead trout in front of you.
And it's a lot.
It's just basically, you see this...
Sorry, I say a lot of big crate roll.
Yeah. So you see them carrying supplies, possibly buying or selling. But you do realise that they're holding a knucklehead trout. Part of their cargo.
Whilst I'm going along with the cart, I'll holler across to him. Is it him?
You don't know
tell?
yet? No idea.
Oh. Excuse me, fisherman. Hello.
They continue walking.
Is that a knucklehead trout there? Excuse me.
You see the side of their face, kind of like look back. You hear a grunt and they carry on quicken their pace. At this point, Garn's looking over to you and going, "It's just a tradesman."
Do you know him?
I see a lot of people. He doesn't look that familiar. He's got. Elsa, have you seen anyone with white hair recently around Icewind Dale? especially around Bryn Shander. And Ilza looks back and goes, he seems to be looks like one of those elves from the north here. Best not to get middled with their business. Make a history check.
Just gonna go pull. Nice. No, I felt it. 2.
You've the word elves in the snow kind of rings a bell, but you're like not sure what that means. You don't see many, especially.
The elves, then you say like don't mess with the group, and I'll continue with the car with them. Does this mean that there's a collective of them here in town at all, and do you know where?
Elza looks towards you, kind of nods and suggests, kind of like slowing down a little bit and kind of like getting out of earshot of this individual who's walking really quickly now, catching up. Now Elza turns around to you, cocks one eyebrow and goes, well, it's probably not to get on their bad side. From what I heard, they're quite tribal in nature. They don't really hang around towns. That's why it's strange that one's here, let alone with all the cargo. But either way, it's we see stranger things around here, like whatever flew over the other day. Am I right?
Yeah. Is that the first that you've seen then?
I've not seen one in about probably a few years, probably way before the snow kicked in. I can tell you that.
Well, if you over the coming days or so see any more, or at least any more knucklehead trouts that fishermen are catching, then can you just let me know if I'm about?
You see Gorn look at you and go, hey, I mean, I had one in the pie last night. Any particular reason?
You didn't experience any hard objects within the fish at all, did you?
Besides the odd bone or two. No. Why?
You see, I'm looking for a trout, as a knucklehead trout in particular. It bit off my old speaker's finger. He had a signet ring, and it was one of the things in which I hope to recover back to be able to lie with him. I haven't been able to find it yet.
Well, strange story. I'll look out for one next time I meet me pies. Hey. Word of warning, it's either you go after him and see where he's going, or you just mind his business. But if I want to stay out of trouble, I would stay with us.
I'll just look back towards the elven figure.
So he's currently in front of you. They're currently in front of you.
Oh, sorry, look across
so
them.
they've taken over, yeah, and they're hurrying up towards where you assume, towards the North Look.
Okay. North looking.
That direction, so the gate, essentially.
Okay. Cool. I'll continue with the cart, but just trail them with an eye until they go out of eye shot in case they particularly go down any alleyways or anything like that.
Yep. Make a perception check for me. Let me know what you get.
Not as good as 24, but 17.
17. Good to know.
Yeah.
GTA zoom over, not so far now from the awaited Athena, and coming out of the, or going into the abode to find some supplies. Jackal, can you just remind me what you're looking for very quickly?
As in what I originally rolled perception for, or?
No, for, you said you were going to get some snacks, I believe.
Oh, for Athena. For Athena, I'm looking for anything that's meaty, jerky, fishy meat.
Okay, cool. You walk into the.
Be alive.
You walk into the the small room, which is acquainted to you by a small wooden desk, some weird, strange arrangement of ornaments. Lena kind of looks over to you as you enter. As the blistering wind gushes through the door. You slam the door as it slams shut. She kind of looks over to you and goes, just be a bit quiet, please. We have guests trying to sleep.
Don't worry, one of them's fellow traveler of mine, and well, he'll sleep through anything.
Okay, what can I do for you?
Well, I mean, I'm not sure if you've seen me walking around the streets here before, but I own a big pet, and this pet is very hungry, and she likes to eat meat, so I'm wondering if you might be able to help in any kind of way.
Well, so you're after some meats to procure, is that right?
That is correct.
We do have minor supplies, personal supplies of mine. I have some smaller fish available. I have them in my personal supply. It's gonna cost a few as they're quite scarce. I would recommend going to the market before it closes. If that was.
Well, I appreciate that. I will go and have a look at the market then. Thank you for the heads up, and I will flick her a silver piece.
You kind of flicker a silver piece. She kind of goes, oh, and kind of grabs it. Yeah, she grabs it and grabs it on the table, kind of slams it down, kind of lands on the floor by the side of her, and kind of like looks at it and goes, oh, thank you.
It's okay. I appreciate an honest shopkeep that doesn't try and rip me off.
And just before you leave, she goes, excuse me, did you say that I'm supposed to know you from somewhere?
No, not at all. It's just, well, my partner, she doesn't exactly blend in these parts. We tend to get a lot of looks.
I see. Well, you and your partner are welcome here whenever you like.
That's much obliged. I'll tell you what, you could do me a favor in a couple of hours' time if you could, you know the human male that came in, sort of longish, straggly hair.
Yes, he smells a lot like liver and sweat.
Yeah, he might need a bath in a couple of hours' time, if you know what I mean. Maybe just go in with a bucket and some water.
Well, personally, sir, I do not clean the guests, but I can show them to a room of which they can get sanitized.
Yes, I mean, that'll be fine. Just, make sure he takes a bath.
Either cold or warm, but we both do it. It costs a few silver anyway. I'll put this towards if you wish.
Yes, well, no, keep that for yourself. He can afford his own bath. Just give him a friendly nudge if you don't mind.
Well, when he awakes, I shall notify him of his surprise.
That's much obliged. And I will then head out to the market.
So you walk out the door, you see Oaklynn eagerly waiting by the leaning up the guest. I'm guessing still there, leaning up the door or by the door. And you just see Athena kind of like looking around at this point. You see Jackal go in. I'd say Jackal's in there now. Athena and Oaklynn, you're outside, so this is happening while you're in. Athena looks over and kind of her ears point up, kind of licks her lips a little bit. You can see that she is feeling possibly a little bit hungry. Are you doing anything, Oaklynn? Just watching.
I don't know what to do.
Alright,
She
just ignore
doesn't-
my cat.
Yeah, she's just like a bit awkward, like, I have a fake cat. How do you look after a real cat?
Okay. And in no time at all, you see Athena kind of just looking around, kind of sniffing, nose up in the air, and kind of like, as passerbys kind of look around, you kind of see her eyes and ears kind of like looking around to see if they've got anything. And in no time at all, you see Athena just dart off, just a few 10 feet away from where you are, towards the marketplace, to where Sentry should come up from. I would make a quick perception check. Okay. And if you're doing anything, I would say do that.
Yeah, if she darts off, I will run after her and try and grab her collar.
She's currently 10 feet away from you, but she's currently on move, so she's just darted off. You're jumping.
That's
Make
a 23.
A 23. With the 23, you absolutely see, not so far in the distance, 35 feet away from you, is a short, middle-sized figure with white long hair and a cargo of fish in the palm of the hand. And you see very clearly a lot of fish. You aren't attempting to run after her, so you're just behind. I would say that you start and you jump up. Athena catches you and jumps and runs and starts to dart towards the figure. Athena, I would like Athena to make an attack roll, please. Jackal. For a pounce.
Athena's gone feral.
Oh no!
This is what happens when you don't look after your animals.
It's Oaklynn doesn't know what to do. She's not strong enough to pull this creature.
That's 15.
Okay, 15. You see with a 15.
I could just imagine me trying to pull her, me being like pulled and skidding against the ground, like.
Imagine.
Ah, shit.
Okay, so with 15, you see Athena try and kind of like go towards this figure in a friendly way. You see Athena kind of run and barge up, and she kind of jumps up and grabs from her mouth and tries to latch onto this fish as well as bringing the figure down. But the figure pulls away, throws the fish away from himself in scares, and goes ah, and kind of drops it, and then stumbles all over the floor and rolls onto the back. And Athena stands up on and looks down and goes, oh. This is where we're going to take a break. Because I would like to introduce to you a new character that is joining the party.
Oh,
shit!
Be right back. So I will open it up to the party. Welcome. Would you like to say your character name and describe your character, please?
Yeah, so my character is called Targo, a male snow elf. And I sort of very pale white skin, sort of a pale white and ice blue skin with white eyes with a sort of hint of purple in them, with long blue hair, with a big woolly like Eskimo coat on. It's also blue.
Cool. That's good. And currently,
any weapons or anything like that on you at all? Sorry. What's your character got on him?
Yeah, so my character's probably got at the moment just a couple of sort of supplies and food. And personally, I'd have probably left my weapons because I'm not a very fighty person. Would have probably left my weapons on my sled with my dogs.
Okay. Nice. That's better, by the way. We don't know that, but that's good to know. So you see on the floor, Athena is over, kind of on the side of you, kind of botting your fish, kind of like with a paw, just kind of like, and then kind of getting a few of the smaller ones and kind of like nuzzling them around. Are you doing anything, Targo?
Probably trying to crawl away as. Like I said, I'm not really much of a fighter, and probably seeing this big cat in the middle of a town sort of confuses me as well as scares me a little bit. So I'm probably trying to crawl away, whilst not breaking eye contact from the cat.
Cool. So you've kind of got this long, well, this big eyes kind of like shuffling back in the snow as it scrapes backwards. The snow's blistering down on your face. Athena's kind of starting to gobble up a few of your fish. Oaklynn, this is where you come in.
Yeah,
you see
boy.
a baffled elf on the floor, white hair. You can see this really large, fluffy Eskimo blue coat as the fish are everywhere. and you see this figure just baffled in this whole situation.
Oh, she's just gonna have a really big sigh and go, oh, God's sake, Athena. I'm so sorry. And she's gonna put a hand towards you to help you up.
I take the hand and up.
Oh, apologies for that. It is lunchtime, and I can't control it. Sorry. She's not mine.
She not yours. And could you possibly try and stop her from eating my fish, as that's to feed my family, or try to feed them anyway?
But Athena, and she'll try and take Athena away. Maybe, just drag her a little bit. And as she does, can she simultaneously look in the direction of the safe house and cast message?
Yeah,
to Jackal?
So first I'd like an animal handling check from you, and then you can cast message.
Fucking cat!
Fuck me. Animal handling. Not my specialty.
Good.
A 21!
Wow!
Okay, with a 21.
Holy
You
shit!
grab Athena's ear, and you've seen Jackal do this numerous times. Sometimes Athena does kind of go out, not of kilter, but of back into animal instincts, as she does need feeding. As you've seen Jackal kind of grab her ear and twist it a little bit to get the focus back on Jackal, and you do that same technique as Athena goes and kind of looks around and goes and kind of gives a deep bellow of a growl and kind of gets her attention and kind of comes back and kind of slumps off back towards the inn, let's just say, or the free house. And as you do look back, you can look towards it and cast message.
Yeah, I'm just gonna say, Jackal, can I have a hand with Athena?
Jackal
With a
won't
big
reply.
sigh.
At this point, Jackal, you are coming out, by the way.
Yeah.
You are exiting the house as this is happening.
And I'll try
Yeah.
it. Well, no, ignore me. That's too quick.
Jackal's gonna run over, try and find him, and literally run over.
Okay. Yeah, you can start bolting over. At no time at all, you do see a startled elf just shuffling back on the floor, white hair. You see these blue robes, this big fluffy Eskimo hood, winter clothing, and just this mess of fish on the floor. Athena's got this kind of dopey-eyed, sad look in her face, like.
So as I come over, Athena, did you do this? Oaklynn, what happened? She didn't do this, did she, Athena?
She is very hungry, Jackal. And I think that, hunger gets the best of people. As long as you're okay. I do apologise for that. Are you alright? As I look towards the elven.
Yes, I guess I'll be fine, and I do like helping people, so if she really is hungry, she can have one of the fish that's closest to her. I start trying to pick up the other fish and dust them off.
Yeah, there's snow on them. I mean, technically, it looks like you've packed it, because as you pack fish, you do pack them in ice, and they have landed on the floor, which is full of snow. So it does keep it preserved. So they're not destroyed in any way. But as you're looking towards Athena, you do see the end of a fish tail just hanging out the side, and she kind of slurps it up like a spaghetti.
Good girl, I think.
Gives you a kind
Still
of
sort of cautious.
gives you a kind of side eye as she walks towards Jackal in like a slump, kind of really low, and then brushes her head up against you, Jackal.
Swagalicious.
You just see Jackal shaking his head in disappointment. Athena, did I say you could have that? The con man might have said yes, but he's just a very polite con man. That is very bad of you. You don't do that again. I literally said I was gonna go get you some food. My apologies, sir. As I look towards the elf-like figure, how much would that have cost you? I'll pay you double for it. I can only apologize for the inconvenience. She really doesn't normally do this.
Oh, no coin is needed. It's fine. I understand hunger. All I ask for is help in fixing my sled so I can continue my travels.
I'm sure that's not an issue for us at all. I'm more than happy to help in reparation for what's happened here.
Does he, I
whereabouts is
assume,
your,
oh, no, carry on.
whereabouts is your sled?
So where would my sled be? Would it sort of be is there stables where it would be, or?
So most of you know this, and you have seen it. Just on the way out, of Bryn Shander, you can see round the side. I think Salvation once had a. Oh no, that was Targo's. Anyway, no, not sure. Yes, it was Targo's. So round the side of the fortress, let's just say, if you start walking around, you can see that there are numerous outsider stables for dogs and axe beaks that people kind of like tie up and leave. But yeah, they are on the outskirts of the town. There's only a few, but yeah, they're out just on the outside.
So I tell the party that it's my sleds and dogs are in the stables just outside.
Okay.
Well,
Go on.
yeah, of course. Do you plan to head there now, or?
I'm still gathering some supplies and food and materials. My tribe has gone very hungry the past couple of days, and I need wood to fix my sled. Once I've got the materials, I'll be looking to head there. Yeah.
I mean, Oaklynn here aren't really doing much for now. I mean, if you're not going to take too long, we'd be more than happy to help, I'm sure. As I look towards Oaklynn with curiosity.
I mean, I'm not much of. Yes, it's fine. She gives like a bit of an awkward.
Just as you were, Targo, you've been travelling around Icewind Dale essentially for a little bit. You've seen folk, and you've seen many different kinds of people, but it's just something about these individuals that look a little bit different to your normal everyday. I would like Oaklynn and Jackal to please describe themselves, please.
Men just
I'll let
before.
Oaklynn go first. No, ladies first.
Men just before.
Okay, well, I'll tell you
if
what.
you like. I mean, I don't mind.
The lady of them all can go first, which is Athena. So.
Okay.
Right, almighty.
So, the cat that jumped on you and attacked you, she, you might have seen him in a wild. I don't know what your character's backstory is like, but there are a few very similar cats out in the wilderness of Icewind Dale, known as crag cats, and she matches so the description of one. So she's basically this medium-sized, big, white, fluffy fur coat creature. She's got two large sort of teeth coming out the front of her mouth, kind of like saber tooth style. She's got blue, almost fey-like looking eyes, and you can see that she's kitted up with this giant, nice sort of looks well crafted kind of saddlebag, which has bits and bobs on it, sort of tied to it, and of course the actual saddle itself, which looks like it would fit a small-sized creature. And then besides the big white cat, you see a small size, probably, oh god, I can't even remember Jackal's height, around 4 foot, yeah, around 4 foot halfling, from what you could probably tell by the size, not quite dwarf or anything else, due to the more slender tone of him, but you can see he's donning a navy cloak, and underneath this navy cloak you can see there's bits of leather armor, you can see pouches, all kind of utility based stuff. You can see that he's wearing a sort of navy mask, which covers his entire face, kind of looks like it matches with the cloak, but through the mask you can see just what looks like his eyes, and you can see bits of scarring around it. And his eyes are piercing white with little bits of blue inside them. You can see he dons two short swords donned over his back, in kind of like the ex-Deadpool kind of like type sheath, as well with a very well crafted, I believe it was wooden, was it, DM?
Yes.
Can't remember the description of the boat.
I believe so, yours was.
I tried to go on the bow, but it doesn't say the description on it. But yeah, very sort of wooden, quite sort of nature looking, like well crafted bow, long bow. looks to have some sort of nice carvings in it, but more elegant than the standard longbow that you'd normally see, basically. And that is my character.
Targo.
Would that bow look like it's been crafted by elves by any chance?
I was about to say, Targo, make me a history check for me, please.
We found out, bitch.
12.
A 12. You have seen many bows from your heritage and background. You know what an elven crafted bow is like. This is nothing like you've ever seen before. But what you do know is that the nature of it possibly is and can have some sort of enchantment or some sort of power behind it, that the way it's crafted, and you are aware of that. It's not just any bow.
That bow seems very well made even for an elf standard.
Well, it's very unique art, and has a lot of meaning to me. I'm still learning it myself. I've only recently come across it, but it's it means a lot to me. A powerful thing. You got a keen eye. Thank you for noticing.
Yeah. So you see.
Jonah, introduce your character.
Oh shit, yeah.
I was going to say,
I'm here as well.
Before you do, you just see. I mean, just with that check, just a slight engraving of slight arcane runes, and I mean very slight, across the edges. And you do notice that it is what he said it is. It's very rare. Yes, Oaklynn, would you like to describe your character?
Cool. I'd say beside Jackal, just to get the height difference, of course. You see about a 5'6" female with very, very long ears, elven complexions, but she has long horns that curve backwards, sort of like Maleficent's in a way. Which are like a dark brown, that are starting to get sights of white on the tips. She's got a undercut sort of thing that goes up, gets tied up at the back, and then it's plaited now. She's got like auburn, sort of dark toned skin with white hair. She's got piercing blue eyes, and over the right eye she has a very large noticeable scar. She's just wearing not so much any more elegant clothes. Well, sort of elegant. Wait, no, I didn't actually get changed, did I?
You haven't got changed.
No, I haven't got changed yet. Never mind. Not my new outfit. Currently she's just wearing like a purple t-shirt, with, just your standard black trousers and knee-high boots sort of thing with elegant, gold trim. And she's got a very delicate and quite nice, actually, satchel that's like a dark ember brownish red with also gold trim around it. She has a long tail that hasn't got any, I'd say, like a standard tiefling, if your character's ever seen tieflings before, it hasn't got any like spines or spikes on it at all. It's literally like a snake's tail, just smooth in texture and stuff, and yeah, that's pretty much it. That's my character.
Did you say you were just wearing a t-shirt, no coat?
No coat. Just like a t-shirt with no sleeves currently, and I am quite bloody and bruised. I'm not like really pristine at this point, so yeah, I'm quite battered.
And a lot of mud and dirt.
A lot of mud and dirt. I've probably got a lot of horrible smelly food on my top currently, and blood all over my face, but I'm still here.
Are you not cold there?
No, I can adapt to the cold. I'm okay.
Okay, no worries.
I do apologise, and she's just gonna wipe the top. She looks disgusting.
Like you just see her like kind of like revolted and like just realising how much stuff is actually on her.
Yeah, she's got like food on her. It's not pretty.
You see like a bit of carrot just hanging on her shoulder. He just rubs off just a bit. It's just a bit weird. Yeah.
Yeah.
I sort of pull that
That's
awkward
so
face
fair.
where I'm trying not to make it obvious that I've noticed, but I'm like a little bit disgusted.
You just see a
So
revolting
my
face from
trust me.
Targo, just like.
Don't worry, I am also not liking this whole thing. Can we go get somewhere to get changed?
At this
Was there
point,
anything in there?
at this point, Sentry, you see your fellow friends, well, two of them in fact, talking to a complete stranger. There is fish on the floor. You have arrived with a cart full of your cargo and with your new compatrons / employees. Employers, sorry, not employees.
I was gonna say, wait,
You hired them, yes. So you see this, and you guys alternately at the same time, you see Sentry coming up. Do you guys do anything?
Oh, Sentry, good to see you.
This is the fishman from. Is it the same fishman? Resurrection from.
It's the same,
Okay.
same guy.
The fish man.
The fish man.
You quickly sped ahead. I'm just wondering if you have any more knuckle-headed trout. I just want to search to make sure there's no rings within.
Yes, I guess I do. As the ones that I've sort of put back away, I sort of get back out and sort of hold out a couple
Poor
to.
dude.
Would I, in my travels, would I have ever come across a Warforged before? Or?
I was about to say, Sentry, please describe yourself at this point.
Oh, shit, yeah.
Yeah.
Fuck, what do I do?
So he'll have put the cart down and come around the side of it. You see a 6'4" high, dark plated metal behemoth of a man, or man in form, at least. Very much like the token picture for him, so I'll pin that across. But all of the plates are kind of interlining and crossing over each other, like Iron Man's kind of Mark 1 suit. You see thin gaps throughout all of them, and a third lining across what would be his collar, protruding outward. And if you look closely enough, under each of the plates, you see small protrusions of fur as well, showing through. Icy pale blue eyes peer out from the top, and no mouthpiece as such, but talks outwardly. Yeah, that's Sentry.
His voice is quite tinny and husky at the same time, but you get the idea that just going back to your original question, have you seen Warforged? No, you've never seen anything like this before.
Okay, so yeah, I'm a little taken back from this, even though how tall am I? Yeah, so I'm about the same height as Sentry. I'm still taken back by Warforged, and I'm out of fear offering him a couple of the fish.
Fuck your family.
Love me, sir.
I've just given all this fish to these random people.
Am I able to? Because I would say, is it noticeable to Sentry? But that's the thing that Sentry can struggle with sometimes. Am I able to roll insight, see if I can see that I've alerted him? I'll still be going towards the fish, but maybe piece it together later on, I'd say.
Okay, so what are you rolling insight for? Just so I know.
To see if I notice that it's same as Thazel, my presence has kind of frightened him rather than just. Yeah.
Roll an insight.
Thank you. 15.
15. Yeah, you get an idea. Targo, would you just like to describe how you're feeling towards Sentry? Obviously, just want to roll.
Yeah, so even though I'm sort of the youngest of four brothers and they're all bigger and stronger and faster than me, I've not seen a metal version of something like this before. So seeing this metal construct in front of me, or this plated construct in front of me, I'm sort of taking a step back and looking like diverting my gaze and looking down while offering the fish to him.
So you get this kind of like intimidated look, kind of intimidated, kind of curious at the same time. Yeah.
I'll just take the fish gently from, begin searching it, see if I find the ring or a ring.
Make an investigation check.
Muted! Here we go! Oaklyn's got like a really quizzical look, like, what the fuck, Sentry? Like, she's really gonna be.
Currently, you see Sentry with his hand just going down the mouth of this just fish. Just like kind of like rooting in and just you see this metal arm just crunch through the bones and the scale as it's kind of like crunching through you. You just feel him like looking around, just looking completely blank expression.
15 investigation.
With a 15, you go around. You think you find something, and you find it's quite hard. What do you do?
Yeah, I'll pull it out.
Okay, so. And you literally pull it out, as well as the intestines of this poor little creature. And you find a large bone. And unfortunately does not resemble what you are looking for.
I sort of throw up a little bit in my mouth and...
Just a bit dribbled.
Yeah. It doesn't have the ring, but thank you for letting me search.
Wait, a ring? What are you looking for, Sentry? Because that was a little bit disgusting. I mean... Yeah.
Well, it's being gutted, so it's ready for you to eat if you're hungry now. And it'll pass back across to you.
You see Sentry's arm just dripping in like guts as he's passed it over to you. Sticks a little bit as well.
You can give that one to the giant cat.
Athena instantly turns around and goes,
Yeah, I'll just love it then.
yep, just catches it, just wraggling it around, yeah.
It's a fishtacle.
Are you a fisherman or a trader here?
Mainly a trader. I'm trying to find food for my tribe. It's been a little difficult to hunt and find food as of late. So yeah, that's kind of my main role at the moment.
Round close to the area then at the moment. Apologies, Sentry, who are you, sorry?
My
Sentry
name's
Dawn.
Targo. Targo Ice Rider from the Ice Rider tribe. Yeah, we've, like I say, struggled to eat and find food as of late, and I've sort of snuck out to try and find food for my family.
Have I heard of the Ice Rider tribe before? Of an Elven tribe?
I'm not gonna make you roll for this, no. Never.
No? Yep, cool.
What the fuck is that?
Same question,
The,
Jackal.
Yeah.
Same guess what, sorry?
Same question from Jackal.
Same question
To
from
you,
Jackal?
Mr. DM.
Would I at all? Only predominantly for the summertime though. I wouldn't have seen snow, I don't think.
Yeah. You, again, you've heard of tribes, so I'm not gonna make a roll for it. You know of tribes that exist within the realm, especially within Icewind Dale. And you basically think to yourself, snow, probably a bit too far back, if you remember.
Yeah. Apologies for your fish and whatever this might have been, but I've got to go to the forge now. Nice to meet you. If you're in town at all, then and you're looking for armaments, and Sentry's kind of looking back towards shit. I know, I literally had it a second ago. Looking kind of towards Garn and Elsa, and you're looking to buy armaments or weapons, then come to the
Did you seriously just give him a sound?
Black iron
Yeah,
blades.
So you see Garn kind of just turn around towards you and go, aye, that's correct. We should go to. It's about time I need to eat something. After all this fish stuff, I'm a bit. Elsa, can you? Sorry, what's your name? And he looks towards you, Targo.
I'm Targo. But weapons. I may be an elf and I know how to use a weapon, but I don't like using them. As I lift up my left arm, and there's a sort of like a brace on my forearm with the symbol of Helm, the protector. So it sort of looks like an upright gauntlet with an eye on it, and I just say I'm not one for using weapons. I prefer to protect and take care of others.
You just see Garn look at you and go, I've seen that emblem before. I know what it means, and you know what? I praise that. It's an honourable thing you've done. I tell you what, we'll get out your hair. Looks like we're in the way of this fishiness. Elsa, what'd you say? And Elsa kind of like goes, "More in on it," and kind of pushing the cart up and looks at Sentry and goes, "Right, you big lummox, you coming?"
Yeah, let me help you with that, and I'll go back and help
You
him.
all see Sentry now working with these two dwarves. What you do see in front of you, Targo, sorry, just to describe them, is you do see two smaller size, well, they're dwarves, so they're about the same size as Jackal-ish, probably a little bit taller, I'd say. You see Garn is, you see him kind of wrapped up all in kind of thick woolen clothes, and you just see the essence of a small beard just poking through with a sag wrinkled face. And you just see kind of like the blushy red cheeks, and you see Elsa as well, kind of like the same kind of way, really kind of tucked up with goggles on from the winter, and they're just kind of like picking up this cart. You can get the gist of them that they're actually quite friendly and possibly. I would say you've probably seen these down in the marketplace with just looking at them. And what they're representing, so you know they're from here.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll just grab the cart and along with them.
Yeah, best be off. I'll see you again, and you just hear the squeaking of the wooden slats on the side of the cart, just going off and into the distance with Sentry.
If you need me, Oaklynn or Jackal, I'll be at the forge.
It's fine, Sentry. I think we're going to be crashing at this place over here for the night. Sieya's already in there. As I point over towards the public house or inn, whatever it is.
Free house.
The direction. Yeah, that's it. To where Sieya currently is sleeping inside of.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yes, being in the town for a few days, would I also have a room?
Currently, you don't have an occupancy. You have been known to sleep within the Northlook from a few days ago. You are aware of this free house. You are aware of all the other rooms that are available, some other that the party aren't aware of. But you currently don't have a rented room for now.
And at this point, with this short interaction, have I started to recognise from the stories I've heard the party members?
Make a quick history check with advantage, just so we're on the same page.
The new dawn.
I see you are marrying culture as well.
Around the corner and out of the side of your eye, you see a heroic party.
It was a little stumble there.
Party.
A 10. I'd say with a 10, you get the gist that you recognise, especially Sentry, as he's come up, and as you've been having this conversation, the rest of them kind of are a thought in the back of your head. But I would say that this obvious figure of iron has been spoken about. And you put 2 and 2 together, and you go, it sounds like the tale you've heard.
I am the mascot.
Character. Yeah, I am the mascot.
He is our mascot.
I don't need to do anything. I'm just the mascot.
Do you know that group with the metal guy? Oh yeah, the new Dawn. Oh my god.
The mascot.
You don't know the name of them, you don't know the name of the group, or him. Well, you do now, but not before. But you are aware of the description.
If you were staying at this inn, I'll be in town for a few days. Do you mind if I spend my couple of days in town with you? I'm not much of a people person, and times seem to be getting harder and harder. Everyone.
I mean, I don't have any objections. We're going to be here for a few days as well, I believe.
I mean, whilst we're in town, I don't see much of an issue, but I don't know how much longer we plan to actually stay here, because we do have business elsewhere, but we will at least be staying for another day or so.
Just it's nice to see and be around some friendly faces, even if it is only for a couple of days. As I've sort of finished sorting out my fish, and yeah.
Okay. So, you guys kind of reside around this free house. Is anybody going towards the entrance or going in, or are we... I mean, we're just seeing at the moment this scene where we're picking up fish. And Targo, I'd say at this point, you've got your fish back in your cargo, minus a few. Not too much of a difference, but you've definitely got your haul for the day. Feeling happy with yourself. But I would say that you've definitely found some sort of new... don't say Dawn. New...
Targo has cargo!
New friends. In the fact that these are like-minded people, and you can see yourself getting on with them, which reminds you of your clan. Eager in attitude, but strong in nature.
Well, without hesitation, Oaklynn's gonna turn to you guys. I'd probably walk into the safe house, I assume, and go, "Don't mind me. I've got too many clothes here. I'll be right back." And she's gonna run towards and get herself cleaned up.
The snow beneath your feet, the wind blowing in your hair.
Yeah. Does she see her running? She's quite nimble. She's quite a skinny person.
Yeah, and as you see Oaklynn run off, you do see her kind of skip past a few people, like almost like a ballet dancer, kind of like past a few passing people, and go whoop whoop, and kind of like just dancing through them and straight into the I was going to say safe house. Then it's free house.
Free house. Sorry. Yeah, I'll go in there and I'll
from any
get
gangs or mobs. So it's a free house.
Yeah, I'll go into there and I'll clean up.
Okay, you slam open the door again. It opens with a blistering slam. As you do see the very pretty Lena, long blonde hair, just kind of trickling down over the counter, kind of leaning over, counting some coin, writing some parchment. She goes, hello. How busy today? Can I help you?
Well, as you can see, I am rather disgusting. Do you have anything I can clean up in?
We have a trend of disgusting people coming in today.
Wow.
Well, there was a bit of a ruckus up the road, and unfortunately, I got food spilled on me.
So does everyone here. Yes, we do have some rooms in the back for privacy, if you wish, yes?
I will go in there. Have you got any water to wipe myself?
I may be able to spare you a pail, yes?
That's perfect.
Okay. Make your way over to, if you go through that room, she points towards the main door, which is a double door. And it basically kind of like a wooden frame, and you can see the brick building. It's kind of like shanty and rustic in its nature, and you look through, and there is a kind of doorway to the right as well, a wooden door with a handle. And she goes, just round there and make your way in. I shall bring your pail. I shall knock on first, though.
Of course, and she'll head to the room quite quickly.
Madam, before you go,
Yes.
just putting 2 and 2 together. I hope you don't mind. Are you with the gentleman with the
The black hair?
Yes.
Quite. Yes, I'm with
the
him.
scars in the eyes. Yes.
Yes. He's a companion of mine.
Ah. Well then.
He's had a long day. He needs his rest.
And are you also with the smelly boy that came in earlier?
Smelly boy?
Yes, the younger looking male. He's in the bedroom. He's taking one of the beds.
I only know of my friend Sieya, who came in, long black hair,
Yes.
trench coat.
Yes.
That's all I know of.
Yes, him.
Him, right? Okay, yes, he is I'm with, not anyone else.
Well, he is also here. Okay, take the room. I shall knock on.
A bit dazed and confused. She'll walk.
Who the
Keep
fuck?
going.
Okay.
Are there 2 stairs?
Yeah, I had 2 there. I was like,
You walk in, past the room, into the room to the right. You see the room. It's like a broom cupboard. There is a few kind of chairs in there. There's a smaller desk full of, like, you assume supplies for possibly cleaning and brushing up. And you go in, and you find yourself within a small chamber. Yes.
oh, I will go in and I will clean myself up.
Okay, there you can do that. The rest of you, what are you up to? Jackal.
Sorry, where am I still in that exact same spot with the
You
fishes,
are
or?
indeed, yes. Yeah, you've just seen Oaklynn just scuttle off into the free house. You are currently outside with Targo. Sentry's gone off to the forge, and Sieya is still asleep in the shoe.
Yes.
I mean, Targo, I'm looking around for things in particular around town. So, if you're going to be wandering about conducting your business, I'd be more than happy to at least accompany you whilst you do so.
Yes, and what are you looking for? I have a keen eye. Maybe I can help find what you're looking for.
Stand by. Stand by.
Standing by.
Stand by me.
Stand by me.
In Thieves' Con, I'm going to say just normally, perhaps you might be able to help me a little bit. But it depends how keen your eye is. And in that, I'm going to disguise in that message, in Thieves' Con, a secret sort of message that says, do you understand what I'm saying, in Thieves' Con? Because using that, I've just put it in the chat, but during your road training you've learned Thieves' Cant, a secret mix of dialect and jargon and code that allows you to hide messages in seemingly normal conversations. So not only do I pick up little icons and that hiding on walls and little secret codes on walls, but I can also hide them in conversation.
Okay.
Yeah, my character would not know that, and he's just sort of completely blanking out and saying, well, I noticed your bow, didn't I? So my eye is keen.
Well, why don't we get moving, and I'll let you know if you can help me in any way.
Okay, good to do that.
Just make a quick insight check, Targo, while you're there. What's your first roll?
16.
16. With a 16, while Jackal was talking to you, you did realise that there was some gestures going on. In terms of the way he was speaking to you was slightly different to everybody else. Taking no notice of it, though, you carry on.
And I will sort of point or like wave on as if for Targo to lead the way because of course I've got no idea what he needs to do and where he needs to go. So.
Okay.
Yes. So I guess I'd start to head towards. Is there sort of a craftsmith in the area? Someone who can help put some wood and rope together to fix up my sled?
So, we'll do it this way. You are unsure at the moment. You've been here a few days. You haven't been successful. What I would like you to do is, if that's your aim, I would like you to make a quick investigation check, just to see who you can find and how long it takes you.
15.
With a 15. With a 15, you're looking to get your sled fixed. It doesn't take you too long. You go towards with Jackal around the area. And you go towards the North Look, where now is barred off because of the investigation that's taking place. And you can see that some crowds have gathered outside that you would assume probably they're local, that they would go to for a drink. And they're currently drinking outside with their own means, just having a conversation. And you shuffle past and you ask a few people, and you have a keen eye for this. You know a tradesman or some sort of engineer when you see one. And amongst the crowd, you do see a small dwarven male, white of hair, kind of going grey from his. It's kind of a salt and pepper grey, with a big pipe, kind of bellowing out smoke, with a big woolen coat on, chugging down a tankard. And you do see across the belly of this dwarf, you see a belt with certain tools, such as a hammer and pouch that you'd assume nails and just odds and sods for fixing things. You would assume that this person would be the guy to ask. Do you approach?
I do. I go up to him. I know dwarfs like a good drink, and it's sort of like a ritual thing to them. So I'm going to be very apologetic. Sorry to disturb you.
Hey, you're an elf. What are you doing here? Huh?
I need help, if possible. I see you've got the tools to fixing things.
I can see you need help. You seem to be in, you look a bit strange. It kind of gives you a squinty eye as he stares straight into your soul, as it were.
Oh, yes, don't we all look strange? Really, I mean, I've just met someone who... the machine-like thing, me, that's strange.
Well, you should see Charu back there. And points at a, almost like a humanoid with cat features. As they have, like, small ears and a nose that resembles a cat. And you see kind of these eyes and the squint of a... kind of the pupils of a cat, there's like a diamond. As this black furred cat person just stares at you and just gives you a wink and just raises a glass. Anyway, okay. So what can I do for you?
My sled has broke, and before I move on in my journey, I need it fixing. I just need a few planks of wood, some rope, and some tools to help it back together again.
Plank of wood, some ropes and tools. I mean, that'll take me an hour's work, probably, if that. I'm here if you want. I mean, I've had a strange day, and it sounds like you have too. Why don't we help each other out?
More than happy to help out someone who's going to help me.
Well, have you got any gold?
I don't have much. What amount of gold are you asking for?
Well, enough for the supplies to fix your sled. We'll call it... You see him just working out on his fingers, kind of like... You hear him make numbers up, and you kind of get confused at this point. He starts from going from 1 to 7 to 3. And you kind of get the idea that he's maybe not the most intellectual of dwarfs. But yet, he kind of comes to and goes... you got a gold piece and 2 silver on you. Just so you know, there's 10 silver to 1 gold piece. Just so you know.
Yeah. So how many? 1 gold and 2 silver.
Aye, that's correct.
Yeah, I can do that.
I tell you what. Show me where it is. I'll bring it in and I'll have it fixed for you. How is that?
That's perfect. And you said that you also needed help. What help do you need?
What don't I need help with? Let's start with you first. What I really need is a guide of sorts.
Oh, I've been travelling Icewind Dale for a number of years now. I on my way to and from places. I could help and guide and protect you.
Looks you up and down. I don't see any weapons on you. How are you going to protect me?
And again, I just lift up my arm and show him the symbol of Helm, although I'm guessing he may not know what it is.
Looks at you with a very blank slate. Kind of like looks at you and goes, not sure what that means. Does it mean you can hurt people or special powers? You those magic kinds? What?
Yes, I'm one of them magic kinds. I can heal and protect.
You can heal. And you just see a very long face just amongst this dwarf in terms of like thinking. Jackal, you're there as well, I believe.
It is indeed.
Yeah, are you just taking the scene?
Yeah, very carefully listening to what's being said. Just stood slightly to the right.
Yeah. And you just kind of see this dwarf kind of look over back. Is he with you?
He's a new friend.
And the beast as well.
Yeah, she travels with me.
Oh, hello there.
Hello there.
Hello there.
And he gives you a slight wave, gives you a hearty nod with the pipe, and kind of pops it out and blows and just gives it back.
Jackal will give like a soft sort of 2-finger like salute kind of thing, just to greet him.
And as it's night time right now, you do see just the cinematic glow of every time he puffs on this pipe. You see it just illuminate the bottom lid of his face as it glows up, and you can see more of the sagginess of his face and the long grey salt pepper hair, and you can see that this figure has had age especially for a dwarf, coming into the older years. And he kind of looks back at you, Targo, and goes, well, except for, I'm looking for something, but you might have solved my problem.
And where is this thing that you are looking for?
Can we talk privately, away from prying ears?
Is he hinting towards Jackal at that?
Both of you. He just keeps looking towards both of you. Yeah.
No, I meant, is he sort of hinting towards Jackal being the prying ears? Or?
No, actually, he's hinting towards both of you and hinting towards the crowd that he's currently drinking with.
I mean, I'm more than happy to take this somewhere private, and I sort of look back at Jackal for sort of a nod of approval, I guess.
In your mind, you start to hear a strange voice, but the strange voice, as it talks, becomes more familiar, and out of the few words that you've heard him speak, you could probably start to recognise that it is Jackal's voice. But you don't, as you look towards him, you don't see his lips or anything moving, and you don't see anyone reacting to it. As you hear in your head, me and my buddy are always looking some work. And if Nifty yourself could be a proposition for some gold for all of us, perhaps. Let's at least listen to what he has to say.
I turn back round to the dwarf and I just say, he's in.
Right, well, follow me. And he kind of walks off away from the crowd. And this is a similar direction you saw when you went towards the very first interaction with the psychic, Beldora. and takes you. You don't know this, Targo, but the jackal recognises this route through some of the shanty areas. Only goes into a slight corner, as you see, kind of like goes past a draped bit of tarp that's snowed under a 4-posted bit of wood next to a shack, a kind of shack. Let's just say. He walks under and goes, right. It's about my son. And looks straight at you, Targo.
Yes, what about him?
Well, we come from a hunting party background. I'm the fixer of the family. He's the feisty one that goes out and brings back the game, if you know what I mean. Other day, he comes back with a nasty bite on his arm. We tend to the wounds as we normally do with herbal remedies. This was about 2 weeks ago. The skin's turned blue. It's almost like a possession.
Would I recognise a little bit, at least, of what this problem may be?
Make a general medicine check.
20.
With a 20, you would absolutely understand the nature of this. In fact, you've probably come across it a few times on a dead or 2 corpse on your journey. You don't know what it's from, but all you know is you've seen or heard of the same ailments of once zombie-like creatures, black of skin, eyes removed, a ghastly disease or infection that is divine or medical. You're not sure. But that's how it starts, you assume, with a 20. Some of the locals are calling it frostbite. I know he's been bitten, and I know it's by the frost, but it's not of something I know of. Can you help me in any way?
I can sure try. From what it sounds like, I've heard about the injury, but I've never seen it in person.
You can help me then.
I can sure try.
And you just see a big sigh of relief and go, you're the only person in the deal, though. Oh, I'm thankful. I tell you what, pass me your sled. I will do any charge as long as you help me.
Well, I'm happy to help, and I'll tell him where my sled is.
Yeah, you do tell him it's right by where you left your dogs outside of the gates, just to the stable area. And he kind of looks back at you and goes, I know what it is. I tell you what, you get a good night's rest, I'll go fix it. You just see a puff of just ember, again in this dark area, just bottom lights his face.
And what about your son?
Well, he's currently not awake at the moment. He's still breathing. We're checking on him. Doesn't seem to be doing any good.
Okay, and with him saying go and get some rest, does that mean it's sort of like evening time?
Yeah, so you're aware that you've been in Icewind Dale quite a while. And you know that at 12 PM the night time comes. So it's dusk between 9 and 12. To round about 12:30, 1 o'clock is when it goes dark. And you've seen the green aurora borealis that hits the sky. And a magical aurora that the locals are claiming it's the Frostmaiden.
I'll tell the dwarf the tree house that we're staying in, and say I'll meet you there in the morning, so you can take me to your son.
Sorry, did you say this house you're staying in, or house he's staying in?
The house is staying in.
He's staying in.
We're staying in.
Okay, so the free house. Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. As you tell him, he understands. He goes, aye. I know it. Aye. Right. How about I bring it round tomorrow? That way we can sort out a deal.
Perfect.
Okay. You see one more big puff of the oak spulled pipe. It looks very detailed. It's very nice. Pops it and looks at you and goes, "Aye, thank you, stranger. Thank you so much." And just you see him start to walk off and looks at Jackal. Are you doing anything? While you can do something while you're walking?
See, Jackal's just sort of sat in the background. He was listening to everything, but you could tell he was more so allowing Targo to take point on this one, but still listening to all the information.
You just see Targo. You see the dwarf go past the crag cap, I think, and you just see him eyeing up and down. And go, "It's a nice cat."
Yeah, Jackal would just sort of a light chuckle under his breath.
You just see him kind of like smile, but then instantly comes over with sadness again. Just the worried overtake, and you just see him pop from the pipe, just raises an eyebrow and walks off.
Once he's gone, I'm going to turn and face Targo. So, in what he spoke of, the injury to his son, have you heard of anything like that before?
I've heard stories. I've yet to see it with my own two eyes.
You reckon it's something you might be able to fix? I mean, for a local tradesman and for a simple man of his tribe, you seem to be almost setting yourself up for something quite big here, unless there's more meets the eye.
In my tribe, I am more than just the local tradesman. I was trained by my mother to heal and protect. And even if I don't try, I'm not living up to my God, to my religion.
I mean, what he spoke of, he said worse than frostbite, and I mean, I know frostbite, it's not exactly the easiest thing to heal, let alone something worse than it. How good are your healing skills exactly?
I mean, I've helped people that have been a bit worse for wear get back up to full strength. There's rituals and spells that I know that can help people that are injured. Know spells that can help with diseases. We'll just have to see what I know when we come across it tomorrow.
DM, I would like to insight check Targo, please, based on as he's telling me the stories about all these good deeds that he's done to help people, helping people who are worse for wear, just to see if there's an element of truth behind what he's saying, to basically check to see if he's a good guy or not.
Yeah,
like,
make an insight
as
check.
he's talking about
absolutely.
all this. Sweet. It's a 13.
13. You assume he's telling some sort of truth. You don't see much in terms of gesture or posture coming from Targo, but what you do guess is that most of what he's saying is honest. if not all of it, actually.
Okay. I'll give Targo a humble nod. Right then. Well, if that's your sled taken care of, we can't really do much with him until, well, tomorrow. Until he gives us more information and you get in front of his son. Is there anything else you need to do whilst we're, well, got time on our hands in the city?
Oh, I mean, you've helped me, so I will help you with what you need to do.
You all know favours to me, friend. I mean, after all, it's my cat that knocked over your fish and ate 2 of them, so this is just a return to the favour. But tell you what, why don't we go find that girl that was with me, Oaklynn, and we go see if we can find where she is and maybe get warm inside the inn for now.
That sounds like a plan to me.
And I will lead on back towards the inn.
Okay. Yeah, it takes you no time at all. I would say, Sentry, at this point, you do make it to the forge. In terms of the area of which obviously it sits around the small kind of alleyways on the north side of the city. You go towards the it's kind of like shack-like tavern-esque feel to it. Again, as you go towards those 4-posted entrance to the sliding door and the bucket that lays beside your block of shardland.
Yeah, just move the barrel out of the way. Got to pick up the shardland again.
You see both Garm and Elza just stop in their tracks, and they look at you and go. You see Garm kind of raise an eyebrow, takes his hood off, black hair comes out, and go. What's that?
This is the project that I was talking about. I have a couple of pieces.
Starts walking towards it as you're talking.
The obviously moved with the barrels, and I'll pick up the. I wouldn't put it on a wooden table. On a like smithy table, I'll place the block on.
You walk into the workshop with it as he's inspecting it very closely, and you see a large workbench next to a forge that is currently not on. You just see a weapon racks, armor racks, just a full brasserie of just all sorts of medley of smithing kits and tools and projects. And you basically go towards this craft table and you plonk it on. Makes a huge doing noise, like almost like more like Captain America's shield, like literally like as it goes on, and you just see Garm with his little eye monocle gets it out and kind of like looks and goes, I have a few questions. One of which, in fact, I don't care where you got this. Do you know what this is? Elza, come here. Elza walks over.
The beast that flew overhead, we the New Dawn were tasked to go and have a look for for what it was or where it had gone. We found it felled a fair while away from here, and it was made of this shardland.
You just see both of their eyes glow, and you see Elza run towards the door and slam it shut. And you see Elza run back up to him and go, Did you just... Shardland?
You, have either of you managed to work with any of it yet?
Aye. And you see Gark look at you. Aye. Pieces the size of rocks. We're talking like the size of your eyeball. Not that size.
Well, my hope is to turn at least a portion of this block into a new sword.
You just see him start taking like bits of apron off and just kind of like getting himself like kind of like adjusted but careful, a bit comical. He's like sitting across and like getting himself and kind of can't understand and fathom the size of this block. As he goes over to you, goes, do you understand how much is sitting there, if that is true Shardalin?
The gold piece amount, do you mean?
Aye, the monetary value.
Well, if you can help me turn it into a blade, then there may be some portions for you.
Blade? You do realise you could probably buy Bryn Shander with that?
Well, buying Bryn Shander wouldn't help the 10 towns, but hopefully with the blade I'll be able to come against foes that I wouldn't be able to beforehand.
Foes? You could smite gods, my friend. And especially if you're talking about whatever flew over. If it's made of that, and it's still alive, we are in deep, deep trouble.
It's it didn't seem to be active whilst we were there, but
Active? What are you talking about?
well, the beast made of the Shardalin, it was downed in the ground. Again, fair distance from here now, but I believe it's not alive, or at least functioning like it was prior. It was all scattered in pieces. Do you feel confident working with this?
Aye, but I've made gemstones. Trinkets, things that are wearable for jewellery. Nothing like a sword. But I have the properties to make it in here, aye. I mean, Elsa could work on it. It's going to take a few days. Especially if you're keen with the forge.
Well, again, as I was saying, I don't need to sleep nor eat like yourself and Elsa. So, for the most part, for the elements that aren't tricky, such as the smelting, the handle work, and creating the molds, etc., I can proportion that amount. But the difficult part, if I may, again, have your two aid with it, I believe it can be doable within a set day.
Well, and he kind of really taken back, takes a sit on a chair, kind of like looks at you like almost like you're telling him a lie, and then kind of looks towards Elsa and goes, well, sis, you're up for it? And Elsa kind of looks back and goes, aye, how many people know that this is here?
Only the New Dawn and well, the two of you now.
The New Dawn? Who's that?
It's the collective of us. Sorry, I'm not sure if it's reached your ear yet. We're only just come under the banner name.
You kind of just see them both completely blown away. But you hear Garn just start talking to you. Aye, right, we'll work on your project.
Nice.
But I want those swords sharpened. Aye?
Well, how about I'll pull out a one of the 6-inch shard.
Okay.
The monetary value is of no indifference to me, more of helping. If the two of you are able to help me with this project, I understand obviously it will take some time and effort in your part. If need be, I'll place the 6-inch shard down on the bench as well. Then for closing up shop for a day, if it's needed, then will that be able to surmise? I hope that, and I'll hold my hand out to the two of them. I hope Garn and Elsa that from this and any times I'm back in Bryn Shander, may be able to continue this work together.
You just see Garn kind of looks at you and goes, "You're offering that to us in exchange?"
Is it too much? Looks again quizzically towards him.
Yeah. And you kind of see him take back a bit of saliva and go, "No, it's not too much. Not all that. They'll do fine."
Cool.
Make an insight check for that, with Sentry.
Was he going to be oblivious as fuck?
22.
22. You see right through him. The fact that his eyes shot up and the way he's acting, you know it's more than he probably earns in a year.
For friends, I'd at least like for the two of you to have strong placement within Bryn Shander, make the armaments. Remember, if it were to come of a time, then if I may need your help with any other works to come for my main town of Tourmaline, then I'd hope that you may be able to produce shop there as well. But let's get the force going and
You get
start
kind
this
of
on the way.
you get a large nod, and you just see Elsa go, "I'll start the furnace up."
Yeah.
Yeah. And you just
Wicked.
see Garn kind of like take that. He grabs the piece of shard, just gets his monocle and just walks off, and it goes, "Elsa will sort you out right now. I need a moment to myself, if you don't mind."
Nice.
Okay.
Cool.
Cool.
And I'll just start getting the forge all nice and hot, get the sharding and everything all set. It will take hold on. There we are. Just for your info, Fraser.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good to know.
It would take longer if I needed to sleep.
Let's check.
Because so that will be Smith's tools check. So during it says on the PDF thing for Smith's tools, during your time of making it, depending on how many days worth, yada yada yada, there will come the main forge part, which the check comes in for it. Smith's tools check. I'm hoping that Garn and Elsa's help and assistance, since I'm already proficient, would possibly be like the help action and give advantage for the check, because I don't want to mess this up.
Okay.
Which is why I tried so hard for it.
That's
Yes! Yes! Okay.
You make a good point. I understand. Yeah, absolutely.
Wicked.
You've worked
Cool.
yourself for this.
Loving it. Cool. Yep. So I'll just Sentry. That will be what I do for 19 and a half hours.
Okay. So currently,
Right.
I mean, in game time, we're probably looking at maybe approaching 3 o'clock in the afternoon.
Cool.
So that's 3 o'clock and a half. So that's 12 hours. So you're looking at another 8 hours after that. So we're probably
Looking
looking
at
at
about 11 o'clock the next day.
10:30. Yeah.
10:30.
Yep.
Okay.
Man, I love being a warforged. Oh, it's just so fucking useful for my stuff.
Good to know. Really good to know. Okay. Yeah. I don't mind. Okay, so you absolutely do that. You start the forge up. The furnace immediately hits you in the face, obviously, once it's lit up, and you see the excitement on Garn and Elsa's face. And that's where we're going to take a very quick break, because we have been at it for just over an hour.
Nice.
So, you guys, I would say, Sentry, that's your section for the rest of the night, I would say, if you're forging and doing things.
No, that's Sentry.
I would say the rest of you, Sieya, you're still sound asleep at this point.
Fuck yeah, I am doing a lot this session.
I've not much interaction here. That's what you do when you decide to sleep when everyone's awake.
Yeah.
So, Jackal and Oaklynn, what are you currently up to at the moment? I'd say, Jackal, you're with Targo. You're with Targo at the moment, aren't you? Going around Bryn Shander.
I am indeed.
Oaklynn, what are you up to? You're currently getting changed. We'll just zoom back to where you were momentarily in the broom cupboard. You find yourself getting changed within the broom cupboard. It takes you a good, solid 15 minutes to get this corset on, as it's a bit of a doozy.
I'm pretty used to putting corsets.
Yeah, absolutely. But you managed to find yourself a new outfit. Oaklynn, you are now procured a new look. But yes, you are corseted up, black leather pants with fur embraiding round it, looking very wintry, but very, I'd say, Alice in Wonderlandy at the same time.
Nice. It'll do for now. She also do as she did before and sort her plait out, because she's put her what would you call it? 'Cause she's got an undercut, so the top bit of her ponytail,
Yeah.
maybe, and put it into like a nice thick plait going down so it's get longer,
Yeah, you can do that. No problem at all.
and just clear herself up a little bit.
New DLC skin. Who dis?
Yeah, boy, upgrade.
Yeah, you find
Yeah,
yourself
she just,
going out
you
of the
know.
broom cupboard, and you've got your dirty clothes with you. And as you leave, you got the pail of water as requested.
I would have washed my face.
Yeah, it's cold water to the touch. It's very refreshing. There is no warm water here, so it literally is just very.
Well, technically it's warm to me, so
Yes,
it's alright.
but it's cold to most people. And as you come out and you finish yourself up, and you walk out, you just see standing behind the table, just a familiar Lena, kind of looks down at you and goes, "Lena, oh, you look much better. Look at you."
Just give a very awkward smirk.
Gonna give us a twirl or something? Come on.
I'm okay, thank you.
No? Oh, okay. Are you staying the night?
I assume so.
Well, have you, I'm not sure you've paid.
Would I have known that it would have been paid for me? Because I swear someone paid for me.
Ollie, how much did you pay?
Question mark?
What's that? Sorry, what, for the room?
Yes.
Yeah, because I swear we owe
Yeah, I
Ollie
paid for all
money.
of us.
Huh?
Yeah, I paid for all of us.
Okay. Well,
Would I know
That's
that?
why- because remember, I was just like, Jackal fucking owes me, and then Jamie was like, no.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She still asks the question. And carries on. Says, "Are you paying for the room tonight?"
I did tell you guys. Remember, I stuck my head out and told you
Do you?
when I did it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Last session I did.
Well, if Oaklynn knows that, then that's what she'll say.
Yeah, she would know that.
Yeah. And
That's
she
cool then.
Kind of like looks back and goes, "Oh yes, that's right. Yes, okay. Your night stay is paid for and catered for. You may choose a bed of your liking. There are a few to the room to the left. As you went into your changing rooms, further down on the left-hand side, you'll see a selection of beds.
Give a nod. Do you know where my friend is staying?
Which friend is that? Sorry.
The one. You say which friend? I only have one in here. Are you talking about another at all?
We mentioned about a shorter with black hair and the white eyes and the shorter gentleman.
I see. That wasn't a boy. That was a man. But yes.
Jackal got killed shot.
It doesn't describe me. Jackal doesn't have black hair.
Oh, does he not? Oh.
No, because he was talking
He's got a
about
hood on.
black hair, and then
Yeah.
he said about the boy, like the little boy, and I was like, that's not a boy, that's Jackal.
Okay, let's just get something straight.
Yeah, I don't know who you're talking
The
about.
boy
I got really
description
confused.
was for Seiya. The
Right,
white
okay.
eyes with description was for Jackal.
Oh, yeah.
Because you didn't say that, you said,
Yeah,
oh,
it was
the
for
black
Jackal.
hair, and then the little boy, and I was like,
But
that's
the
not
was
a little
The
boy.
boy with the black hair.
So
You got called a boy.
Anyway,
He was talking about a short one before.
rewind.
Yeah, I know that.
Rewind time.
Rewind time. I'm just going to ask what room Seiya went into.
there is only one room. It is to the left. There is a selection of beds along
It's
the.
like a big room. Yeah.
Okay, I will creak the door open quietly, just to check on him.
Okay, so you walk over to the door. You do creak
You
the door.
see Seiya, like, with, like, you know, when you have, like, one leg off the bed and you're just, like, a complete fucking mess? And you can see his face.
Anime Zeds. Yeah.
He's, like, dribbling onto the pillow, like...
Yeah. You do see that alongside two other patrons on beds adjacent, probably about 3 or 4 beds down, just having a snooze as well.
Okay, that's fine. Just checking on him, and then I'll quietly close the door, and I will just... I won't make eye contact, I'll just walk out of the free house.
Okay. You don't hear a thing from Lina as you exit.
Yeah, I just exit and find... Do they have garbage bins in Icewind Dale?
You can certainly
If
find
they
one.
don't, I will find a nice quiet alleyway and put my dirty, shitty clothes in the ground.
Okay. In the alleyway that you once were in when you communicated with your entity, there it seems to be all sorts of garbage, just let's just say, mostly dirt and just rubble of bits.
Okay.
But yeah, you can dispose of it here if you wish.
Yeah, I'll just put it under snow. It's no use to me.
Pile it up and there's a bit of mud on the top as well. Give it a good pat. You
Yeah.
You just see a little scurry of a mouse as you
Yeah.
do so.
I brush myself off. I put my... Because I've got I've got like straps and stuff for my books on the side. And I put my my satchel on, and I will go into the middle of the... well, I'll go back to where we found the pillar with the thieves symbol on it.
Okay, so you're going back
What's
to the
the
marketplace, right? Okay. You
Yeah, I'll just go to there and I'll look out. I want to look out for Jackal, obviously in particular, see if I can see him, but I also want to keep an eye out for anyone being a bit more suspicious or just having a genuine look around.
Okay. So I will say at this time, Jackal.
Oh, and then White Owl, please, as well.
Okay. Jackal and Targo, I would say that at this point, you've obviously finished your conversation, and you're heading. Where are you going? You're going obviously at the Norfolk Inn at the moment.
Back
Yeah,
to
we'll
the
back.
inn. I'm also though going to still keep an eye out for any, as I describe it, thieves guild looking characters, shady people.
Yeah, absolutely.
Shady
Make another perception check for me.
Sweet.
Shady motherfucker.
26.
26. With a 26. Good to know. I'll keep you posted. Nothing as of yet.
Thank you.
Okay. Are you just looking around? I mean, you just see your typical tavern folk with their tankards and all sorts of bits of jerkied meats. You see people just finishing off their business, lighting up their houses, and you see inside a few houses, in a few of their windows, is they're lighting lanterns and all sorts for the night.
I'm also going to keep an eye out for Oaklynn as well, because I've just thought of a new idea or something to do.
Okay.
I'll wait to find Oaklynn.
You know what? It's interesting. 26 perception. It is night time. Have you got any sorts of light using a lantern?
Oh yeah, I'll be carrying around the lantern. Yeah.
I will say with the 26, because it's such a high roll, you do see from about the distance of just from the light, of the houses kind of illuminating down the street, you do see a figure that resembles Oaklynn from where you were staying, quite far down the street.
I will approach it, assuming it is Oaklynn.
Okay. This is at the point where you've just come out of the alleyway, Oaklynn. I would say at this point you do bump into each other. Targo, are you following?
Yeah.
Okay. So you do for about, you see 100 feet away, 80 feet away, and you start walking up to this figure, and you do recognise this as Oaklynn, yeah. It's such a high roll.
Oaklynn, how are you?
Feeling much better, I must admit. Sorted my hair out, put my new clothes on. Yeah,
Oaklynn does look different.
good.
Damn, girl, you looking back.
I got plants now.
I don't mean any offence, but you smell a bit better as well.
I do not take offence to it at all. It's not fun when you fall on rotten food, but hey.
Well, I mean, now that you're all glamoured up and everything, I've got an idea. It's literally just came to thought. I know Sentry's busy with his new weapon and so he's fast asleep, and we don't seem to have much else to do, but we still need to.
No, wait, no, you might do.
What there's.
I'm trying to think.
What? Yeah, it came to the city knowing that.
He did.
I know that he
Ignore
was
me.
trying to play around with the shotgun, so.
Yeah, ignore me. Well, he did when he was off. He said you were to ignore me.
Yeah. Yeah. So the fella who we did the quest for, and he promised us certain shit. The tinkering dude. What's his face?
DM, I would know this. Do you know what he's on about? Is this Spellex, possibly?
It is Spellex.
It is Spellex, okay. Tinkering dude.
yeah,
I had to think of the...
Got their name.
Oh, Spellex, yes. Well, if it is even Spellex.
Oh, yeah, Spellex,
we
that's the
can
one.
Pop by, I don't mind. He might actually have what I need. I'm looking for amber.
Well, I mean...
But don't forget we do have to get our coin from Oaklynn, which I do need.
We got a lot of rewards to go and collect then. Well, why don't
Yes.
we go to Spellex whilst he might be around, and then, I mean, Oaklynn's always easy enough to find anyway, so...
Yes, sounds great to me. I will assume I'd follow Jackal, and Apollo will flutter off from my shoulder and fly around and observe the area. Keep an eye out
Okay.
for
As you-
Oaklynn, especially, or a white owl.
Okay, so yeah, make a perception check for Apollo.
Apollo.
As you do, just out of curiosity, you may have forgotten this. You see the familiar sparrow land on Athena's
I was wondering where he was.
head.
Hello,
you-
Lex.
You just hear the. Trying to do that again. Of the bird just land on top of Athena's head, and you just see it kind of twitch and kind of like bop around and bop around again, and it kind of just bops on the floor and just kind of like flutters, and you just see by you, Jackal, you just see this kind of like amorphic.
Ooh, I got a 20 for Apollo.
You see this kind of like twitch and change, and just this kind of greenish aura just erupt into this smoke as it, and you just see Lex standing by you, and they give a kind of big stretch as they come back from this form, twist the neck, kind of look at you and go, "That was interesting."
Lex, I would like you to meet our newfound friend Targo. Targo, this is Lex, someone who also bumped into us not so long ago.
Targo, nice friend of Jackal, friend of mine.
It's nice to meet you, Lex.
And what you do see in front of you is a gender-neutral, elvish figure standing in front of you. What you notice more so about this figure is that on their face they have almost like diamantes attached with constellation-like shapes attached to their face. More interestingly enough, what they're wearing is very simple. Very similar to what Oaklynn's wearing, not so much of winter garms, if that makes sense. But nonetheless, you see a quite, not dark skin, but quite drow-like features, you'd assume. And these kind of go all the way, the diamantes go all the way down the arm, and you can kind of see that they come around the shoulder as well. As this person comes and erupts from a form of a bird.
Did you have a nice fly around, Lex?
I don't want to intrude, but I saw everything that happened here. With the fish, that is.
A little accident.
Accidents happen.
Well, I was going to jump in, but I realized that there was no need.
Did you find anything useful, by the way, while flying around?
Nothing to really say. There's many people around here who I've not seen for a very long time. Old contacts, made new allies, but there is no one of interest, really.
Okay.
Oh, I mean, we going around. We've got a couple of rewards that we need to collect from lost quests. If both you and Targo wish to just join us as we wander the streets.
Yes, I suppose I can. Son of Endilian, who are you looking for?
One of the fellas is called Spellix. He's someone who we saved from a camp that he got himself into a bit of a mess in.
Right.
He is a gnome.
Oh,
A gnome.
yeah.
There's not many gnomes around Bryn Shander at the moment, as I can see.
He's rather noticeable and rather loud.
I will keep that in mind.
Yes, doesn't shut up.
And the other person who we're looking for is our good friend Lynn.
Lynn. I may have heard you speaking about Lynn before.
Yeah, I think you may have. She's the one who's been giving us these past few quests that we've been on. The one of recent as well. She was responsible for that, and so she owes us a little bit of money, I think.
All right. It is best to get your bounty sorted, Jackal. You know that.
Precisely, my friend.
Especially with the fact we'll be heading north very soon. Kind of need the funds.
Am I heading with you this time?
As long as Jackal's okay with it, I'm more than happy.
Son of Endilian, you said I need to go on a mission to find more recruits, more information about your father.
You see, Lex, it's completely up to you. I mean, an extra pair of hands up north definitely won't be the end of the world, but if the information that you've given me is true, in regards to my father and the ongoing tensions between the guilds and needing to bond them together, more information also wouldn't help at all. So, I mean, I weigh it to you, Lex, with what you feel might be of more worth, because, I mean, either way, either choice to me is equally as valuable.
Well, I appreciate that, but at the end of the day, it is up to you. I am looking towards you for my guide, but at the same time, I want the clans to obviously reunite. I'm trying to find where the next best contact may be. Whether that be the Quell side, or going towards the other factions to see what they say, and see if there are any like-minded people around, if you know what I mean.
I think for now then, Lex, the best thing to do maybe to gather this information. I mean, going up north, so there's going to be all sorts of information I'm going to find, but if you can counterintuitively gather information down and around here and this side of things, it might help, and then perhaps we can adventure again once we have information and fight together once more.
I see what you're saying. Maybe it is worth asking a few of my contacts I've seen around here. Past bounties, you know what I mean?
I really don't think that'd be such a bad idea, Lex. By all means, stay with us, and because I enjoy your company whilst we're down in the city. But I mean, for however long we're down here, as soon as we leave up north, it might be best if you go and speak to those past contracts.
Well, I've heard that the Pash, or what is remaining of the Pash, will remain in Targos. This is concerning for me, as that is one of their main hideouts at the moment. Did you ever hear of the old shanty? Did you ever go there?
I've been to Targos, but such a shanty I don't think I'm familiar with.
It is very similar to where we relocate, safe houses. They have taken over a small tavern. They have renamed it the Old Shanty. This is where the Pash used to reside from. Now the town has gone to shit, essentially. So there is no more Pash within there. But I can almost guarantee that they are running somewhere. Maybe it is worth me finding out where, to see if we can reconvene the allies and see if we can find the same paths.
I think that sounds like a good idea, Lex. Best we gather all our strength whilst we have time. These shadow people who we seem to keep bumping into, the threat that looms in the back of my mind, and sooner or later I feel like it's something we're going to need to face with all our strength that we have.
There is one more thing, son of Vendilion. The town of Targos is now rumored to be spread with shadow. I don't know if you've been there recently, but I would avoid it with all cost.
What do you mean, spread with shadow? What, like these shadow people, or just in darkness?
It is enshrouded. It's a magical aura taking over the whole town. You get within 200 feet of it, you can see it. It's like a rain cloud over the top.
Didn't we have a similar thing like that when we came up against the shadow people, where they made a certain area do the same thing?
Make an Arcana check.
I think we faced that before, where we struggled. That was with when Salvation was around. Arcana 16.
Sounds the same.
It wouldn't surprise me if it was the same thing, to be fair. I mean, last time we faced it, well, a little bit before that, they used a very similar thing during battle. It was, difficult to see through.
I have also faced these horrors, what you speak.
Obviously, they've overtaken.
It sounds like they're creatures of hibernation. Maybe they're gathering their resources and power in secret. Maybe this is just a ticking bomb.
Well, you might find interest in a book I found. It relates to what they are.
Which is what?
I found a book, and, well, it talks about experiments, and they are very similar to the creatures of whatever these shadow people are. Well, even if they are people, they were. So maybe when we're slightly away, you can have a little look.
Do you mean talking about mutations?
Yes. Playing with Arcana, playing with DNA, all the fun stuff. And it seems to be a journal, a rather large journal, that someone actually had studied and wrote this, so it is genuine.
You just see Lex raise an eyebrow and kind of like look towards you and look towards their hands and their arcanic ways and just the way that their arms are glowing in this new ethereal power that they may have. Look at you. Well, I dabble with mutations, but in an arcanic way. Now, if it is more permanent, it is beyond my realms.
Just out of curiosity, do we remember? Because I think we unmasked one. Do we remember exactly what it looked like? Because I think it was pretty gory.
Yes, you do remember, and most of you do who have seen one. You do remember they have circular jaws. Very weird, very open circular jaw with teeth all the way around. Kind of shrunken nose, very similar to Voldemort features, if you wanted to put it to some kind of context.
Scary.
They're like a they aren't nice to look at all.
Well, when we got 5, well, to be fair, have I ever shown anyone? I don't think I have.
I think so.
I'll have to show you. It's interesting. It's worrying, to say the least. I'm glad I got it when I did. It was just sat in a library.
I will look forward to seeing it.
Should just give a nod.
Anyway, so, son of Vendilion. Lex stands up straight, back arch kind of a bit, just kind of shrugs their shoulders and says, "Shall I begin trying to align the guilds, starting with the Pash? Do you think that's a good idea?"
If the information you tell me is true, then about Targos in particular, then I think if we waited any much longer, then we could be at risk.
Between me and you, I think that their power may be strong enough to take over 10 towns.
In that case, Lex, this cannot wait. I must ask you again if you can see if you can gather what information you can and keep an ear out about what's going on in Targos at the moment. Once we finished up north, I will seek to come and find you again, and what we have, we can see what we can do.
I will talk to my contacts, but what I do know is this has only happened recently, within the last day or so. What I will say is expect a rush of civilians, possibly, towards this town, fleeing. Maybe you can get more information from them. I will try also.
It's a good idea, Lex. I appreciate all the intel. This is going to be very valuable.
Yeah. If not, this wizard that we might find might be able to help with the struggle.
The wizard.
Yes.
They remind me of the name.
Zoro. Zoro? No, Zoro is the guy with the Z with the sword. Oh no!
Cast a spell.
His name's
It is
Puss in Boots.
symbol appears out on the screen.
Zo. Shut up. I couldn't remember off the top of my head.
You just
That's
see,
the
you just see Lex raise an eyebrow as soon as you say Zol. Just like, if you're traveling to, I'm guessing you're going towards Revel's End. Is that right?
Pardon?
That's
I know.
correct, Lex.
Looks towards you, Oaklynn, and they say, I'm guessing you're traveling towards Revel's End. Is that right?
Trying to remember the map. I'm trying to picture the map of my head.
Would you like me to pull it up?
Yes, please. I think Revel's End is where the prison is, if I remember rightly.
It's up north, yeah.
Yeah. Can't remember if it's more towards the right.
You should be on the map. In fact, I'll put everyone there. Why not?
Yeah. Ah, cool. Yeah, I was right. No, I know the place, but it's more towards the. It's more right.
Where exactly is right?
Well, more northeast.
Northeast.
Yes, not quite that direction, and
How do
otherwise
you-
we'll be heading into the, well, frozen ocean.
How do you know this?
Just some information we had got. And we're taking our chances by going up there.
Okay. If I can be of any more assistance to you, I would be honored to help. But I have to listen to our future ruler, Jack.
I appreciate the assist, Lex, and I really wish we had more hands to scatter resources, but with things being finally split right now and the threat, well, potentially raising them in Targos, we need all this information we can before we can act, so...
They nod their head and say, I shall make my ways.
Much appreciated, Lex. I hope to see your safe return soon.
Safe return to you, son of Endeavor. Be careful. Just look out for the sky if you need me. I shall probably be near. And you just see them once more kind of like grab their arms. You see the arcane force come up their arms. Green in nature just kind of envelop them as they go and just turn back into the sparrow.
I just give a little childish elbow to Jackal and go, should I start bowing to you, my lord? As she gives a really big smirk and giggles a little bit.
You know what, Oaklynn, that'll be really nice.
She gives a little giggle.
I start to think they're actually being serious, so I bow to Jackal.
Yeah, you see this elegant bow come from Targo, just like this kind of like very extensive.
Okay, this is going a bit too far. Let's go find Spellix.
She just bursts out in laughter.
If you are heading north, and I offer assistance, as that's where my journey takes me next.
Oh, are you from more up north then?
From all around. My tribe travel around quite a bit. We've been Icewind Dale for about 2 years now. North is where my god tells me I will find something that can help.
The symbol, is it on display?
Yeah, so it's on like a little sort of brace on my forearm.
Would Oaklynn know anything about that symbol or the god?
Make a religion check for me.
Out of curiosity. Religion 16.
16. You've heard a little bit about the god, yeah. About the bit that Targo has been preaching about, the non-violent side. But yeah, you do understand the nature of the protection element.
Okay. That's fine. Yeah, that's fine. I would just follow Jackal.
Jackal?
To spell it, I guess.
Yeah. So
Yeah, sorry, Jackal's heading to Spellix's
Okay,
place.
so I would say as you're
You
talking,
jamming.
you're walking and talking. You basically go to the centre road that leads back towards where the circle is of the marketplace. Oaklynn, if you did want to obviously conduct a search around this area, obviously I'm guessing you did at one point. If you want to.
Yeah, I want to look around, just like survey everyone, have a little look, and also look for a white owl. Not my owl,
Yeah.
a white owl, but Apollo did get a 20, by the way,
It's 20.
on his perception.
I will say with the 20, as this conversation's coming to an end and you're going to find Spellix and you get a twitch. The fact that you feel Apollo that may have found something.
I will grab onto Jackal
Yep.
and just say, bear with me, and she'll flash into Apollo's eyes.
Okay. You straight away go into Apollo's eyes, and beneath you, just gliding in circular format, is a white owl, and you're above it, also gliding. So it's almost like a double glide kind of thing on top of each other. And then below that, you see the candlelit streets of Icewind Dale, in which where you are residing, it is flying over you.
I will whisper to Jackal. We have a friend following us. Do you remember that white owl?
One that Sentry hit.
Yes, and also the one I believe that belongs to the Archmage. I'm currently looking at it. As... no, I can't move. She'll come out of Apollo and look up, and as she looks up, I want Apollo to attack the bird.
Okay, yeah, sure. As you look up...
Like,
you,
claw down
yeah,
sort of thing
you
to
kind
see
of-
if it's fey or not.
You look straight through the snow as it kind of like in your face. When you look up in snow, it's a bit disorientated. It looks like stars coming towards you. You just kind of like try and look past it. And you do manage to see just a very faint circle of this owl which you've seen. Make an attack roll for Apollo, please.
Cool. Yeah, it wants to see if it's fey. Okay, so to attack, it's a 12.
A 12, that. You see Apollo kind of... and just kind of go straight into it. That absolutely hits. I'm not going to get you to roll damage, because as it goes through, you go... and it grabs on. What Apollo's claws feel into goes like really squishy, like kind of a flesh material, and just... gone. You just see this kind of like apparatus of this almost kind of invisible aura just... and it kind of disappears.
Okay. Apollo will fly down to Oaklynn, land on the shoulder to you, and go, well, I was correct, it is not a real owl, but we are being watched. It has been following us. I noticed that earlier because it smashed me in the face.
Well, if it's like what Apollo is, then there's much we can do to we can get rid of it. If you got rid of it now, I'm sure within a day or so it will follow us again, just like what happened with Sentry.
My concern is
Before it'll
that...
come back again.
Yeah, it's true. But my concern is that if it is the same as Apollo, they can't be too far away to connect to it. So if they are looking through their own owl or fake creature, they can't be too far away, otherwise they'll lose connection. So it could mean they're either just sending their bird to follow us, or they are close by.
Well, with no description or nothing to go off of, it's going to be a little bit hard, but we'll all just have to keep keen eyes out. And Targo, that goes for you as well. If you're going to be traveling with us, then you have to understand that there's some people right now that don't exactly like us in this world, and we are constantly being watched, followed, and looked at funny. So if you see any of this, or anyone giving us a weird side eye, then make sure to let one of us know.
What is there not to like? I mean, yeah, your big cat scared me, but the rest of you seem okay.
They just don't like his jokes, that's all.
I will keep an eye out, and if I see anything suspicious, I will let you know.
Okay, good to know.
She'll send Apollo out as well to
Yep.
keep an... Yeah, and so Apollo would do what the white owl's doing and just like circle us.
Very nice little circle, yeah. As they're following you, yeah, we see our camera just following you away in towards the marketplace in which you once reside. Sieya.
Yeah.
You are dreaming heavily in a wondrous land of man. Suddenly, you are awoken by a nudge on your shoulder. Your eyes flit open as you are staring at the ceiling. You are still in the free house, as it were.
Mhm.
You look to your right, and there are a few beds empty. You look to your left, and sitting by the bed next to you, eye patch over one eye, white hair glistening down, leg shoulder length, with an owl perched on the end of your bed. You hear, "Hello, darling. It's nice to finally meet you." And that is where we're going to end
Oh
tonight's
shit!
session.
So he's gonna die. So he's gonna die.
You
very
found
much
the
for watching.
Archmage!
Thank you everyone for watching. Keep commenting, liking, and subscribing, nice things, and do nice things. By the way, this is Aiden. He's a cool guy. He plays a character.
No, really.